Welcome to this practical training edition. They will be considering how you can be able to use SPSS to conduct combat alpha reliability test. Before we go into the practical illustration on how you can be able to conduct the combat alpha reliability test, let's first of all understand what is this combat alpha reliability test is all about. You've been hearing combat alpha reliability, but have you taken the time to pause and ask yourself, what is this all about? Why am I actually expected to do this in my research process? Chronbach's alpha reliability test is part of what we do under the research methodology, especially when you are conducting a research that has to do with survey. Survey means you are to issue questionnaire out there, and you actually want to be sure that the questionnaire you are issuing out there will help you to generate the necessary information you are supposed to generate so that you do your analysis and be able to get your findings and justify your hypothesis and research objectives you have stated from the beginning of your research. So I would like you to follow me carefully while I walk you through what reliability test is all about. I walk you through why you actually need this combat alpha reliability test, and also will now take you to the practical illustrations where we use real life case study to actually see the necessary steps we are to pass through in order to use SPSS to perform this combat alpha reliability test. And let me encourage you, in case you have not subscribed to our practical training on how to use SPSS to conduct various kinds of analysis, or how to use eView to conduct various kinds of analysis, starter to conduct various kinds of analysis, please go and get this training. It's quite affordable, just 10,000 naira for now, because the training is still under on 80% discount, which will be ending on 20th of this month, 20th of April. After this discount window, the price will actually return to its original cost. So you can actually get this training now at the cost of 10,000 naira. Now, this is the benefit. When you opt for this training, you will be offered the opportunity to see how you can be able to download each of these softwares, SPSS, eView, and the starter. Download and install each of them into your laptop, into your computer, and you'll be able to use it. Even this training we are doing like this, you still need the software to be able to master how you are to do the practical illustration and generate your combat alpha reliability test. You also need to go get our artificial intelligence training, because we are already in a new world where artificial intelligence is disrupting various industries, and research is part of the industry where artificial intelligence is actually doing a whole lot of work. So you go get our practical trainings so that you will be well grounded. So let's go back to what I was saying. What is combat alpha? What is it all about? So it's based on what we have on the screen here. Combat alpha is a reliability coefficient that measures internal consistency, that is how closely related a set of items are as a group. This is just a grammar. Let me bring it down. um when you are conducting a research that has to do with questionnaire, for instance, a research study that has to do with survey. Now, let's assume that the study you are conducting has to do with effect of COVID-19 on academic performance of university students. Let's put it like that. Now, you have generated all the necessary in the measures of COVID-19, and you will now generate various questions for the to form your questionnaire. You've generated the various questions. Now, you are you want to be sure that these questions you are issuing out will actually provide you the necessary information that will be enough to justify this your study. So you want to be sure that the information are properly related, because if they are not related, you just be asking questions, and at the end of the day, you won't be able to get a feedback that will actually justify whether COVID-19 affects the performance of students or it fails to affect the performance of students. So this Chronbach'S Alpha, when you perform this Chronbach'S Alpha reliability test, it will now help you to understand whether these figures, whether these questions are properly related, whether they are actually okay to justify the essence of the study. Now, let me use this analogy for instance. Uh, in a church where we have choir, I don't know whether they call it choir or what. They have choir, and this choir is made up of about 10 persons. Now, when these 10 persons set out to sing in the church, the essence is to be able to sing one song per time in order to meet up with whatever event they are being carried out in that church for that moment. Now, imagine that one person is singing something quite different from what other persons are singing at the same time. You will see there is no coordination. It becomes noise. It is no longer song. It becomes noise, because this one is singing this one is singing this one is singing this. So what they are expected to do, 10 of them forming the choir, they are expected to sing one song per time. That is what research questions should be able to do when you are issuing them out. When you issue 10 questions out for a particular measure of either dependent variable or independent variable, these 10 questions should be able to come together to answer or to justify that independent that measure you are particularly interested in is at that time. It's not when one question is talking about this one, the other question is talking about this one. There should be this coherence. There should be this, all the questions, all the feedback should be integrated enough to be able to justify this study. So this is what Combat Alpha helps us to do. It helps to establish that internal consistency. Now, why do we actually use this Combat Alpha? One, to test if multiple items measure the same underlying construct. Just what I said now. Underlying construct here is we are talking about the measures of the dependent variable or the measures of the independent variable. Please go get our training on artificial intelligence. In there, you see how we actually discussed all these variables, how you can be able to use artificial intelligence to actually come up with various measures that will justify your study very, very well at ease. Then the second reason why we use Chronbach'S Alpha is to ensure the reliability of the questionnaires. Just what I already explained. So the questionnaire should be reliable. You should be able to rely on the feedback you are getting from the questionnaire to be able to justify the essence of you carrying out that study. It's not when your study is focused on Lagos, for instance, and instead of you asking questions that will help you to justify Lagos, you are asking questions relating to Enugu State. Such will not provide a reliable feedback. Then the last one is to improve data quality and research credibility. The essence of you going to research is just to make sure that at the end of the research, people can be able to rely on the outcome and make decisions. But when you use data that is not of high quality or not just quality enough, it's just what you see. You can see people issuing questionnaire, they will just sit inside their house and fill the questionnaire. Such is you cannot generate quality data by that means. For instance, such data is not credible enough. It is not credible. Let's forget about enough or not enough. You understand? So that is what Combat Alpha reliability helps us to do. Then now the interpretation guideline after conducting this reliability, we now ask ourselves, um the figure we generate, what is actually telling us. If the figure is above 90%, that is 0.9, it actually means that the construct or the questionnaire, the set of questions you have defined for a particular construct is actually excellent. If it is between 80 to 89, it's actually good. If it's between 70 to 79, it's acceptable. But once it's below 0.7, that is 70%, it is questionable. So the reliability is just like a student to be for a student to be able to score A in a class, the student must score 70 and above. But once it's below 70 and above, it's no longer A. So once it's below 70%, 0.7, it's actually not what acceptable. Then when it's 60 to 69, it's questionable. Then when it's 50 to 59, it is poor. Then when it is below 50, it is what unacceptable. It is what unacceptable. Then one this thing, well, if there is a typical case study we'll be using a programmed data we'll use for the analysis, which I will also share so that you can be able to use the same data and run your own reliability test so that you can be able to follow up. This class is practical. The essence of this first phase is just to show you the theoretical background so that you understand what you are actually doing. Then this is a typical case study. If you have actually enrolled for our data analysis, practical data analysis class using SPSS, EView, and Starter, you must have seen this typical case study that we use in the effect of food on children growth. So we are trying to see the kind of food that children eat, whether it affects the growth of the particular child per time. And the measures of food we are considering here is rice, beans, yam, maize, and the dependent variable here is growth. This is our hypothesis here. We are saying rice has no significant effect on growth. Beans has no significant effect on growth. Yam has no significant effect on growth. Maize has no significant effect on growth. Now, when you have this set of hypotheses and you want to actually form questionnaire to be able to carry out this particular study, now you have to come up with a set of questions on rice. Maybe you say rice will have 5 questions to justify it, beans will have 5 questions to justify it, yam will have 5 questions, maize will have 5 questions. Now, whatever 5 questions you structure for rice should be all related in such a way they will justify the essence of this study. And it should be up to 70%. The Acrobat Alpha result for the rice, all the questions you set for rice alone should be 70% and above for it to be actually considered. Then beans too, yes, then yam too, then you will now develop another set of questions for growth. Yeah, so in this case now you may be having something like 70 items or 70 questions. You understand me? Outside your demographic questions and other things like that. So, but the core questions that will actually go straight to justifying your hypothesis should be if you are considering 5, 5, 5, 5 for each construct. Construct here is just the various measures here. We are considering the various dependent variable and independent variable. Here we have rice, beans, yam, maize, good. This we can also call this construct. This is what we call construct in research when we are trying to carry out alpha reliability test. So that is that. When we go into the practical phase, you now see the data we have structured. Now, for you to be able to run this analysis, the first thing is we open your SPSS. When you open your SPSS, you load your data. When you load your data, please go get our data analysis training. You will be able to download SPSS, eView, and all these things free of charge. You don't need to start paying money or maybe annual subscription, monthly subscription to be able to use SPSS, or maybe going here and there to get a software that may actually contain virus and will actually damage your system. follow our training and you'll be able to actually empower yourself with modern skills that will make you grounded in research. Yes, in research and data analysis. Then when you load your data into the SPSS, the next thing you have to do is to click the analyze, then check the scale, then check the reliability. Then these ones, I'll just leave these ones, then we'll do it practical. So I want to believe you have been able to gain the background knowledge of what Chronbach'S alpha reliability test is all about, why we actually need to use them, and the practical phase now is where we are going to. Now, this is a typical uh data will be using for our research. Yes, this is the typical data we'll be using. Then we have a total number of wait, my data is hosted on cloud, so I allow it to load a bit. I have two sets of data we'll be using. This training, I want you to be patient enough so that you can learn. I have one set that we actually use and will be generating alpha score that will be below 70%. And I also have another data set that we'll use and will generate a result that is actually above 70%. Like for this one now, we have a total respondent of 136. Yes, 136. Then I have another data. I will share the two data with you so that you can be able to use them and do your necessary test. I have another data here. This one, if we use it and perform the reliability test, it will actually show us this one. We have item one, item two, item. Let's say that these five items. Item one means question one. Item two means question two. Item three means question three. Just as you are setting all the questions you will be asking your respondents, or your respondents, for them to be able to provide you feedback through your questionnaire. So these are the uh, necessary question. When you go through our data analysis, you see how you can be able to code all these things and be able to run your analysis, where you don't need to start paying people to do all these common things. And the benefit of you performing your analysis as a researcher, performing your analysis yourself, is that it helps you be in control of your study. You understand me now? So let's assume these five questions are set for rice, or maybe these five questions are set for beans, or for yam, based on the case study we are using. So we have a total number of, I think, the same number, total number of 136 persons answering these questions, and these are the feedback they give to us. I'm not going into detail on how you can program your questionnaire and other things. If you need that one, please go enroll for our data analysis class. So use with this one now, if we use this one for the analysis now, we'll get alpha result that will be above 70%. You understand? But the first one, if we use the first one, we will actually get this one. You can see we have gender, age, education, experience, job. This one will not actually be necessary in our this thing. It will not be necessary. So let's say the item 1 to item 5 B for rice. Item 6 to item 10, B for yam. Item 11 to item 15, B for beans. What other this thing will you have? Yes. Then item 16 to item 20 will be for, let's check that our variables, the variables we are working with. We have rice, beans, yam, and maize. Then the last one now being item 21 to item 25 before the dependent variable being the growth. Now, since we have our data, we have the first data which we have actually tested the two data based on the responses we got, and we noticed that this one will actually not be reliable and the other one will be reliable. So we'll test this one now, and you will see how you can be able to follow the practical steps and perform the analysis. Then we'll also perform the other one and you see the practical steps too. So are we ready? See you. Let's move. Good. Let's go and launch our SPSS. This is my SPSS here. Forget I have a whole lot of things on my screen, but this is my SPSS SPSS here. I believe you can see it very well. Now, if you pass through our data analysis training, you can be able um, to learn how you can install this same SPSS into your system free of charge. Free of, imagine just 10,000 and you'll be able to enroll for data analysis on SPSS, eView, and Starter. These three packages all together at the same time. 3 months training. We are making practical skills affordable. That is the major goal of Verizon Global Research Lab. Making practical skills affordable. It's not just about the money, you understand? We have a whole lot of testimonies coming from people from Ghana, South Africa, Nigeria, different aspects of Nigeria, Kenya, so many other countries, you understand me, who have actually enrolled for our different trainings. Artificial intelligence still currently on 10,000. Our artificial intelligence handbook that once you have it, though it's still on pre-launch base and the pre-launch price is 5,000 naira. You understand me now? So if you go through all our training, you will definitely send us your own testimony too. So let's proceed and actually, if you already have your this thing, I will encourage you, you follow us immediately as we are doing it so that you also master it immediately. And the benefit is that all our trainings are structured in such a way you learn at your free time. So let's launch this SPSS now and do the practical training, practical illustration, generate our results. You understand? When we are done generating our result, I will now show you the SPSS is launching. I will now show you how you can be able to use artificial intelligence to actually interpret whatever result you have. Yeah, see you when we are done launching this SPSS. Just allow it to load. Allow it to load. It's loading. Some of you have been asking me, do you need your phone to be able to do this? Phone cannot actually do this. You need your laptop. However, you can use your phone to learn. Maybe at your free time, you can use your phone and be going through the various classes. But when it comes to doing the practical illustration, please, you need a laptop, you need a computer so that you can be able to flow very well. Though, if at any time we are able to discover the phone edition of all these things, we'll definitely get back to you and you show you how you can be able to walk through it. And if you are one of our participants and you have knowledge of how we can actually use phone, you understand, please reach out to us. We encourage partnership. Everything you are doing in this life, please encourage partnership. Partnership can actually get you to any level. And if you are maybe in any part of the world and you actually want to partner with us in any dimension, please reach out to us. We are always open. We are always open. You understand? Currently, we have our agents in Ghana, we have our agents in South Africa, we have our agents in some other countries, and these are people who are not just interested in money, just they are also interested in the vision we have defined, making practical skills affordable and reachable but for across Africa and the whole nation. So here is our SPSS well launched. Once you launch your SPSS, this is how it will look like. There is no data here now, you understand? This is the variable, this is the data. You will learn much more about how to define all these things in our data analysis class. So I'll just move you straight to how you can be able to use this SPSS we have launched now to perform your analysis. So you follow me carefully. So the first thing is to go through, please go through, you can see what we have here. Look at the upper part of the screen. You can see various icons, various options. The first one is file. Please click on this file. Once you click it, you will see these various options coming. Can see them. This one is new, this one is open. Please click on import data. Once you click on the import data, other options will show. Please, my own data is in Excel format. I don't know, you may have your own data in other format. These are the various formats you can have your data. So I'm clicking on Excel so that I can be able to import my data. Yeah, so this is my data here, which I titled Weekend Training 101. If you have not checked through our weekend training 102, which is structured on how you can be able to number your papers. Numbering is always difficult, where you start from Roman numeral, that one that comes with IX, II, blah blah, and so on, and still continue with Arabic numeral, that the one that goes with number one, two, three. You understand me now? So how to do all these things always gives a whole lot of problems. I've seen a whole lot of students, lecturers, researchers reaching out to me. How can I be able to do this? Most of the trainings we come up with are based on the needs of people. We do needs assessment before we come up with the training to be able to solve that problem. You understand me? So go, that one is free. Go search for it on under our platform and enroll for it. It's free. Some of our trainings are free, but there are ones that are so robust enough that we cannot just make free. We just try to attach a little fee to it so that we can be able to also do some management under in our firm here. So click on weekend training, then open it. We have opened it now. Please allow it to load. Oh, file is empty. Okay, hold on. Okay, so the file is up now. So let's once you click on your file, it will load like this, and you just click OK, and the file will now be properly imported. Just give it a little moment. Let the file be imported with a little moment. Good. You can see our data has been imported into the software, into SPSS. You can see we have 136 respondents, all the way from one. They all give their perspective. This is the gender, this is the age, this is the education level, this is the expressive level, this is the job position. Then from item one to item five represent rise, for instance, in the case study we are using. Then item 6 to item 10 represents beans. This one represents yam, and the other one represents maize. So yes, the first thing we have to do now is to see how we can perform the reliability test for each of them, or let's just use only one. Once we use one, you can use that one and still do the rest. So the first thing you have to do now is to, under the check the various options at the top. Please click the analyze. Click the analyze. Once you click analyze, once your data is in the system here, you click analyze. However, there is something else you are expected to do, but that one you can do it by, you can learn it when you go to, when you enroll for our data analysis training. Like if you click here now, if you click here, you are supposed to see what this one represent, what two represent, or blah blah, what everything represent. You understand? Let me just do one so that you will actually understand. Let's transform this data. Let's come to, okay, let's go through the variable, and here under the value, let's see, this is gender. The gender, just follow me carefully. We have one being male, one being male, add it. Then we have two being female. That is under gender. You understand? So you click OK. Then, so let's just use that one. Now I want to show you something here. Good. You can see here now, the moment I click here, you can see only the gender, because I've actually I've actually defined this gender. Once you click on on this particular one that is showing one and A, that is alphabet, and this alphabet and numbers, or whatever they call it. This one that is showing red, once you click it, they call it value labels. Once you click on these value labels, and you see that this one that I've defined now will be changing. ordinarily, assuming I worked on all of them, the moment I click on value labels, or everything will show. You will see what one represents, you see what five. For each item, you see what they all represent. You understand? To gain proper knowledge of all this, please enroll for our data analysis class. You can see, based on the first respondent is male, the second respondent is male, the third respondent is male, the fourth one is female, 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 male, 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 female, 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 female. So you can also know the age range, you can also know the education and other things like that. Now, that is that. Let's go back and now do our, I just need to show you that so you can actually gain a little bit understanding. But this training didn't cover how to define variables. So it's just all about how you can be able to use SPSS to do your Chronbach'S alpha reliability test. So go to analyze. Once you have your data here, go to analyze. Please press straight to scale. 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 I have to repeat it so that you understand it very well. From analyze down to scale. From scale now, you will see other options by the right. Please click this reliability analysis. Click it. Once you click it, then it will bring you all the various items. You can see it here, all the various items. Now, in your questionnaire set, please enroll for our data artificial intelligence and research. You will see how you can easily use artificial intelligence to actually structure your questionnaire that will actually be reliable, not the ones that will end up showing you something that is not reliable. So question 1 to question 5 is for our rice. Our rice. See, let's go back to the case study we are working with here so that you understand what we are doing. I don't like rushing my training. I like to make you understand what we are doing. Now, this is the first construct, the first variable we are working with. This is the second one. This is the third one. This, you understand me now? Now, question 1 or item 1 to item 5, they are the questions we have set for rice alone. Then question 6 to 10, they are questions we have set for beans alone. So we'll be using rice to do the reliability test while you follow the same process and do for the other ones. I'm sharing the data with you so you have information to be able to do whatever you want to do. So what you do is, if you are using HP, please hold your control, just hold it, then click item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, and item 5. You highlight them and move them straight to items. You can also decide to move them back again. Then if you don't want to hold your control, if you are using Mac, you can also hold your command constant and move them. You can also be selecting them one after the other. Item 1, you move it. Item 2, you move it. Item 3, you move it. Item 4, you move it. Item 5, you move it. But if you are doing it one after the other, that is if you have too much time. Somebody like me who is too busy, I don't have that time to be doing it one after the other. Understand? I will just highlight all of them and move them straight. I already know what they are or they are talking about, so I move them straight. So we don't have anything to move under the ratings. You understand? So the next thing you do is under this model, under the model, please click on it in case it is not showing alpha. There are so many other options we can use to test reliability. You understand? But the most popular one in research is just alpha. Is alpha. Go and get our data analysis handbook. You can be able to understand actually what alpha is all about and why do people opt for it instead of other ones like omega, slipped half, Gottman, and so many other ones. So you select alpha. You should be showing alpha like this. You know, it must be showing alpha like this before you do any other thing. Now, if maybe in the process you want to also generate other statistics, just click this statistics at the upper corner here. In the statistics, just click on it. Then, if maybe in the process of generating your reliability score, you also want to generate the correlation, you also want to generate the means, the variance, and some other things, you can also just click it and everything will be generated once. So, but we don't need that for now. It's not part of what we are doing. So what you now do is, since you have selected this all the questions relating to rice, item 1 to item 5, you want to see whether the questions are actually reliable or not reliable. Once you are done selecting them, please click OK. Wait patiently for your results. This is our result here. This is our result here. This is our result. You understand? So if maybe you still want to do the second one, so you can just um go straight to analyze, go straight to scale again, go straight to reliability analysis. Then please move these ones out. Move them out, move them out. Then you will now move in item 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 being the items or the questions for beans. Move them straight here. Well, select your alpha, make sure it is alpha. We don't have anything to do with statistics, and click it and wait for the feedback. You can see under the same result we have our reliability score for rice, we have our reliability score for beans. So we'll stop here. You can now, if you check this Chronbach'S alpha, you can see the number of items for it. However, you can see it is 0.44. It's not even up to the 70% we are talking about. If you also check this one now, you see it is 0.77, which is not up to 70% we are talking about. Means that the questions are not actually properly structured, they are not reliable. So questionnaire is not something you just sit down and say, let me be asking anything. No, that is why you really need to go get enroll for our artificial intelligence and research training, which is just 10,000. The promo is ending soon. So if you use them, and you can be able to generate questions that will actually define the particular variable you are working for that time. You understand me now? So because they are not reliable, then the next thing we have to do now is okay, let me just go and do the necessary interpretation using artificial intelligence. They will now do the second phase of it so that you can see how to or how another set of questions can actually be reliable. So let's move and export this. If you want to export it, just click anywhere on the screen here, then you export your data. This is it. I want my data to be on the screen of my system, that is on the desktop, so that I can easily have access to it. So let me give it whatever name. This is REE2. RE2. So under the desktop. So I save it, then click OK so that it will be properly exported. Yeah, good. So the next one now is let's now import the other data we have, the second set of data we have, so that we can see how whether that one will be reliable or not before we now do the interpretation for the two. So let's assume that one is for yam. We have rice, beans, and yam. You know, rice. Yeah, I think we have five of them. So you can still have all these things here and bring in another data. Click the file here, then go straight to import, go straight to Excel because the data is under Excel. Where do you have your data? I have that data under download. So I click my download. Then what is the title of the data you want to actually pick from the download? Let's trace them. This is it here. And this is it here. So let me maybe copy it and move it to the screen of my system so that I can easily see it and do whatever I'm doing without wasting of time. So let me paste it under the screen. Good. Let's go back to our SPSS, then import the data. Yeah. Please, this is a practical training. If you're in my class, do not be in a haste. Just take it. You learn one thing per time, then you move to another thing. That is the best way to learn. Make sure that when you title your documents, you know the right title you give to it so that you will not have your data in your system and still be searching for it. So this is it. Then open it, allow it to load. It's loading and it will show you a preview of it. So this is it. Yeah, I think this data is in command delimit. There is a particular data set they call command delimit. So good, finish. Good. Let's wait for it to good. This is the data. it has not replaced the other one. So let's assume this particular result is for yam, is for beans. No, we have rice, beans, and yam. Okay, this one is for yam. So go straight to analyze again, then go straight to scale, and go straight to um, reliability analysis, then move the whole 5 items to this place. Yeah, move it to this place. Then uh, so this one is already under alpha. Then click OK to get your result. You can see this one is 96%. This one is reliable. So let's export this one. Let's export this result so that we can be able to analyze the two. Let's export it. What title should I give to it? Where should I even save it? Let me save it under the desktop again so that I can easily trace it. What name should I give it? Okay, let me give it RE3. So save it, then click OK so that I can be able to export it. They have all been exported. So I'm done with all these things. The next thing now is let me just show you how you can actually use artificial intelligence to so let me get out of this. So this is the first result we generated. This is the second result we generated. So most of the things I do them under the Google products. Yeah, Google products means I use Google Doc, I use Google Documents, I use Google Excel, and that is because of the security features in those platform and other benefit attached to them. I hardly use Microsoft and normal Excel for my work. So I go to Google Drive where I mostly use for my writing stuff. Then I want to import the we have exported the result. This is the first result we exported, and this is the second result we exported. This is the second result we exported. So we will now combine these two results and take it to artificial intelligence and use artificial intelligence to do the necessary interpretation. So let's go to Chrome, log into artificial intelligence. Just once you type artificial intelligence on your browser, it will show. Now I've combined the whole results together. So let's take the whole result now and take it to artificial intelligence. Let's take it to artificial intelligence and I will now read the instruction I gave to it. If you want to master how to use various instructions to write your research paper using artificial intelligence, please go and enroll for our artificial intelligence training. It's just 10,000 naira alone, and trust me, the benefit you will gain, the value you will gain from this practical training will be so much. You will be highly exposed to various sections of research and what you need to do part time. You understand me now? So let's write on. You can also get our artificial intelligence handbook and also the data analysis handbook. So here is uh the results. I've pasted the result together with the instruction. This is the instruction I give to the two results combined together. Use the results, use the result below to generate a reliability table to be presented in the body of the research paper. Also explain and justify the scores in three short paragraphs. The result below is for the three constructs in the hypothesis below. The first construct is rice, the second construct is beans, the third construct is growth, and the first reliability score is 0.07. You can decide to forget about this one because it's already part of the result. You should definitely pick it, but if you just want to guide artificial intelligence properly, make sure you give instruction that is very clear and straightforward. Then the second reliability score is 0.044 for beans, and the third reliability score is 0.965 for growth. See the hypothesis below and the result. So let's see if we can be able to generate the results now and the table and also the interpretation and present it in the body of our work. We are done. So let's see what artificial intelligence will do for us. Good, good, good. Now let me just take it straight uh to the body of the work, then so that we can be able to see what artificial intelligence has done here. Please go get our trainings. You will learn a whole lot. You will hear the training is too robust. We are making practical skills affordable. Yes. So here is it. Table that artificial intelligence gave to us. You can filter it very well the way you want. So it's also part of what we explained in our training, how you can be able to cool down and filter all these tables you'll be generating from artificial intelligence, and how to present your work to be very neat. So those things I may not actually be doing them much here. That is why we have that training for you to be able to gain a whole lot of insights. Yeah. So let's just organize this one in such a way we can be able to read it. Yeah. Okay, this is not how it should be. Okay, let's just first of all take this result to uh let's open Excel and use Excel to filter it. I wasn't meant to go this far, but I just have to show you some things you really need to know while you are handling your reliability score. To learn much more about all these things, please go get our paid package training. Our trainings are very affordable. Hmm? They are all practical. They're not meant for theory based. So let's open Google Excel or Google Sheet and present that. Mm, okay. Mm. So let's do a bit of this thing. Let's put border to it. That's why you really need to get our training. All these things are simplified there. So, okay, let me present it. I think it will look better now. Should look better now. Should look better. Yeah. So here is it. Here is our table as presented by artificial intelligence, and you can see your score very clear now. Hmm? You can see the construct, rice, beans, yeah, growth. You can see number of items, mean number of questions per each of these constructs. So let me organize it very well. Good. So you can see this one, Chronbach'S alpha for each of them. This one is 0.007. This one is 0.00044. I see this one is unacceptable. This one is unacceptable. Then this one is excellent. Now let's go to artificial intelligence and also bring down the interpretation it gives to us so that we can actually gain full clarity. This is the reference attached to it. If you need the reference, you can also import the reference and attach to it. But make sure you verify the reference and follow the necessary instructions we give in our AI training so that you make your work plagiarism free. It's not enough for you to just go to internet like this and to go to artificial intelligence and import all these things and place in your work. That is why we have that training to be able to guide you very well so that you can know what to do per time. Now let's read the instruction. You can see how we are able to present this result. So the Chronbach'S alpha coefficient, let me make it bold so that you can see it very well. Yeah, make it 20. Good. I think you should be able to see this one now. Good. So good. So you can see the interpretation. The Chronbach'S alpha coefficient for rice construct is 0.077, indicating very poor internal consistency among the items used to measure this construct. According to Nonali and Bernstein 1994, a reliability coefficient below 0.5 is generally unacceptable in social sciences, suggesting that the items measuring rise may not be effectively capturing a single underlying dimension. This implies the need for item revision, rewarding, or reevaluation of the construct validity. So what this telling you is once your reliability score is not actually consistent based on the score, what you just need to do is to go and work on the questions you structure before you issue them again. If you go ahead to do that, you end up generating data that cannot be able to justify your study. You can see the interpretation for beans. Similarly, the beans construct yielded and even lower Chronbach'S alpha of 0.044, which also falls in the unacceptable range. This result suggests a severe lack of internal consistency and possibly conceptual confusion among the measured items. It is likely that the items used for this construct either lack conceptual alignment or are interpreted differently by respondents. Revisiting the conceptual framework and ensuring theoretical coherence in item design is recommended. Then, in contrast, the growth construct reports had a Chronbach'S alpha of 0.965, which reflects excellent consistency and reliability. This suggests that the items used to measure growth are highly cohesive and consistently reflect the same underlying latent variable. According to George and Mary 2003, alpha value above 0.9 are considered excellent, validating the instrument's reliability for this construct and supporting its use in subsequent analysis. So with this now, you can see how you can actually use artificial intelligence to interpret your score when you are done with generating the reliability score through SPSS. I want to believe that you have gained a whole lot of value in this training, and with this training, you can by yourself actually test the reliability for your questionnaire before you move ahead to issuing it to respondents to generate the one you will now use for the proper analysis to accept or reject your hypothesis. See you in the next class where we'll be offering another free training edition on some other issues. If maybe you have a particular area you want us to look into, if it is not something we already captured in our paid package, we'll definitely give you the opportunity to learn from us free of charge. Stay tuned, stay connected, follow us in our various platforms, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook. We are on various social media platforms, and trust me, you will be gaining a whole lot of benefit. You won't regret following us. And if you can, the only way you can support us is also to subscribe to our paid packages, because in there we have robust training that can actually expose you and help you gain a whole lot of insight. Our mission is to make you an expert in research issues, you understand? Not just somebody who is battling with research. If you're a lecturer, we are here for you. If you're a student, we are here for you. If you're a research consultant, we are here for you. If you're a business person, we are here for you. Stay connected all the time. This is Verizon Global.